I finally managed to jungle Vel Koz, and thus I bring the game to you. Basic 1. Aside from that really weird introduction, here's Vel Koz. And my runes and masteries were 9, 5, and 16. Some sort of weird hybrid ass thing. I probably could have done with 3 away from the defensive tree and more into the utility so you can get the cooldown reduction, but it doesn't matter ultimately. My runes were Magic Pen Red, Armor Yellow, Magic Resistance Blues, and Spell Vamp. So, you can see that I don't have any AP on my build aside from the masteries. And I actually kind of regret that real quickly. I probably should have taken ability power in the blues and something else in the red, because the jungle really does beat your ass early. You can already see all my potions are done. Though I did purchase an early ward with my runes. I mean, not runes with my items. So I can take that extra security. Anyways, yes, it's a normal game, so don't ask. There's a Lux and there's another Lux and there's another Thresh in the game. Anyways, close call mid. Both me and the Amumu kind of almost got ourselves killed. I'll tell you this right now, so you guys understand this. This is literally my first Vel Koz game, so I have to learn this champion pretty much ad hoc right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought the W was what was slowed, so I'm gonna see me start a lot of ganks and stuff with W, thinking, oh, I must land this in order to stun them. Then I learn at some point that Q is what slows, and all of a sudden my potential skyrockets. Anyways, like for the first couple minutes, there's nothing that actually happens. There's a lot of running around, a lot of close ganks, but there's one of the biggest weaknesses with Vel Koz thus far. It's fucking slow. I know I should have rectified that by buying a boots, but he's also pretty unsustained. I'm trying to run, even with the spirit item, so I'm trying to get Spectral Wraith as quickly as possible before, the sustain becomes a massive issue. I can't gank if I don't have sustain. So, I'd rather solve that problem before I solve the boots problem. I mean, the mobility problem. So, as I said, right now it's kind of a dull affair. Really not much to do until I'm able to complete my items. You see me constantly buy biscuits. Anyways, Nasus got towered over by Mumu, and I use my laser to obliterate his ass. Then I flash forward to apply red on Darius, and just pretty much ping at him to die. Nasus has no mana or anything to contribute, so he kind of chases and gets himself killed by Lux. Our Lux misses laser. That Lily and her lasers. Anyway, this is Team Optometrist. We're gonna be like, pew pew everywhere. That's gonna be cool. There's one thing I gotta say is Vel Koz's ultimate is fucking awesome. It's hard to hit sometimes, especially if you miss, the initial direction. But oh my god, does the power. The power feels like real when you use it. Either way, go down bottom. We pick up a kill. I mean, 2 kills. And I get an assist on one of them. That's great for me. I still haven't died, though that might change later. So, I'm trying to figure out how to use Q properly. Sorry for the yawn. I kind of just woke up too. Anyways, catch Darius because he's trying to be cool and proxy like, some wannabe pro. And we catch him off guard. I have red buff. We got slows from Nasus. And he's just going to get killed. It's like, I don't know what he was thinking. When you proxy as a champion, you usually do that with champions who have a good chance of escaping. Like, the second I would come for a gank along with Nasus, he'd be dead. He has no escapes except from probable flash. So, to be honest, that was ridiculously reckless. If you do it on Tryndamere or Udyr or Garrett, you at least have a chance to run away with your abilities. The nature of your kit allows you to be dumb. So, there you can see I'm trying to figure out the angles of the Q. And if I had landed that, it would have been cool. Here, the Lux gets a little too close, so I end up nailing her with a Q. I mean, the E, and then just laser beam to hell. And that's the first kill I got with the ultimate, and it felt so good. Actually, no, the second kill. The first one was kind of haphazard. I probably would have gotten the kill regardless of whatever I used. But, yeah. Anyways, you saw that. I initiated with W because I thought that was a slow. Nonetheless, I am going to be straight out honest. Jungle Vel Koz feels fucking awesome. Like, aside from his first two clears, which are absolutely dreadful, he feels so cool to use. That E alone makes it worth it. And once I figured out his Qs is slow, I started, using it properly and locking people down and doing actual, damage. So, yeah, I'm rushing some sort of mana, like some early AP, and then getting himself cooldown reduction so I could spam some abilities. But anyways, I was saying, reminds me a lot of Zyra. I mean, Zyra's second clear is a lot better than Vel Koz's second clear, but her first clear is absolutely fucking dreadful. So, like, it's kind of expected of a lot of AP junglers, because most AP junglers, you kind of have to force them to jungle across through the first clear and the second clear, and then they kind of do well. But yeah, oh yeah, this Darius, you're gonna notice he's pretty desperate for kills in most regards. So you'll see him flash a lot for a grab, and then it won't really come up for much. Anyways, yeah, a lot of AP junglers suffer for the first clear, even the quote unquote good ones. Like, I mean, Fiddlesticks, his first clear is reasonable. He sustains one, whatever, but it's still not the best considering other junglers. So, like, yeah, I mean, the best jungle clearer that's AP probably has to be Zac and Cho'Gath, but they're not just pure AP, so it's kind of cheating. They're more tanks, but it's true. Like, you can even Diana, her first clear is kind of terrible because if you run out of mana, like you get invaded or whatever reason something happens that depletes your mana, you're pretty much fucked. And not just like all mildly fucked. It's kind of horrendous. She really is reliant on her abilities to jungle, and that's kind of the weakness of AP junglers. They don't just naturally beat down the monsters. They need to use abilities. I mean, there's some AD junglers that need that too, but like Jungle Darius and Master Yi. But it's more, a way more noticeable and a way more crippling on AP junglers. Sorry for the next yawn. I literally am voicing this in the morning. I advertised this video in the night, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to be productive today. I'll voice this in the morning and get to work on other projects. So, yeah. Nonetheless, fucking Vel Koz. It was so cool playing him in team fights. Pop your combo, then use your E and just annihilate people. Like, he may not be the best AP jungler, and he may probably not even be viable as a jungler. It's like too much work to force him to jungle. But sweet Jesus, does it feel rewarding. It's like one of the more rewarding AP junglers I've played so far. It's like that laser. It's just so, like, you see people melt to you. You land a good combo, they just disintegrate. And as a result, I guess through his lore, you learn about them. You're like, bitch, I studied you. I melted you, now you don't exist. It's kind of like a combination of the Reapers from Mass Effect with Brainiac from Superman. Is like, once he learns everything about a culture, he destroys them so they don't learn anything else, and he doesn't have to bother learning anything else. So yeah, he's like Brainiac. He's like Superman villain. And I mean, it would make sense too. He's cool. Like, pew pew pew. That damage, that poke. I mean, it's not that easy to land his combo, but it's rewarding, to say the least. I love it. Melt this damage. So, I hog almost every blue, though, of course, when I play normals with friends, and especially when I play AP junglers. And we're in the lead, but not considerably so. Our CS, I don't even know what's holding us back. I think they just have more CS in us collectively. And they've gotten some shutdown gold as well, so they're not that far behind. Anyways, in comes the poking wars. Mumu desperately tries to start the fight, and he just gets a bomb blasted by pretty much everything and annihilated. See, that even if he had gotten his ultimate off, his teammates would be too far away to take advantage of it. This is a mistake a lot of players do, in which they initiate for no reason. They initiate when their teammates are too far. They take too much damage. They take about 2, 3, 4 seconds of free damage, and that free damage is enough to remove them from the game. So eventually the fight becomes a 4v5, and no advantage was gained from that initiation. Alright, so Darius flashes forward, almost kills me, but the bad position gets Graves killed. Amumu flashes in, or not but he bandit challenges in, gets us with an ultimate, and pretty much causes a really crippling defeat. I was surprised that we lost that badly, especially considering how strong we've been prior to that shenanigans. So, of course, I don't think we can lose at this point, as long as we don't, completely fuck up. So we start gathering up again. I have my death cap. I have some magic pen from my boots. The next item I should be building is the cooldown reduction from the chalice upgrade. I would have gotten more cooldown reduction earlier, like I said. Sorry about this, but I had a lot of gold. I sat on a lot of gold because of my rampaging and badass murdering. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to buy just some straight out AP. Nonetheless, yes, I said it 3 times there. I know a lot of people like to record the fact that I repeat a few words a couple times. So there you go. You got 3 nonetheless already. In fact, you got 4 now because I just said nonetheless again. 5 now. Alright, so we killed Darius because hell knows what. He doesn't ward or pay attention to the fact that we're coming mid. The enemy team probably doesn't have wards. Amumu comes in. I failed to take off his Banshee's Veil. Fight breaks out, and the fact that he's got his Banshee's Veil is really bothersome because I can't really deal any damage to him. He initiates with his ultimate. No, that's dies, but he's got his Guardian Angel. I back off. Laser beams, pew. People die. I really don't want to use my ultimate in a fight that's probably going to be over very soon. Chase happens. We try to give the red to the Graves, and the Graves is like blind, like we're pinging. He's like, dude, take it. And she even says, what? And I'm like, what the hell? Just take it. Darius comes in and dies immediately, and I didn't record this properly, so I'll rewind it. This is warded. Their red is warded, so the Darius knows all 4 of us are here. Darius walks in. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he gets CC locked and absolutely obliterated. I'll repeat. This place was warded. Then I die by a laser, which is, of course, just testament to the fact that it was warded. And then my team kind of kills them and punishes them for murdering me. So it's not exactly worth it if you put them so greatly out of position and it involves them dying. But anyways, as I was saying about Vel Koz, I actually think he's a viable champion to play when it comes to fun with your friends and normals. I would definitely not recommend him in ranked because his early game is so weak as a jungler. Like in most cases, you can manage having a weak first clear, like that can be dealt with easily. But having a weak second clear and a probably botchy 3rd and 4th clear still until you get your Spirit of the Elder, the Spectral Wraith. It's too risky. God help you if you get invaded, or God help you if your first gank doesn't work, or God help you if you have to actually contribute before level 6 and stuff. So yeah, it's not exactly worth it. There's too much risk for the reward here. And besides, Vel Koz doesn't seem overtly too powerful in order to justify all that suffering you gotta do. His ultimate's fucking amazing. Like you're just like, oh, lasers and shit. So that's good. That's satisfied. But if I was to pick an AP jungler that's weak but has a good trade-off, I'd pick Zyra. Because, she fucking amazing jungler, actually. I love playing Zyra. After the first clear, it's like, it's just so cool. So, hell, even I could probably justify jungle Karthus more than I could justify jungle Vel Koz. I could probably justify jungle, Jungle Brand more than I could Jungle Vel Koz. And to be fair, the Jungle Brand, I played him too, and he was pretty badass too, and he'll have a video of his own soon. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I narrated most about the video, and I did comment some on Jungle Vel Koz, but overall, you can understand what strengths and what choices were made with Vel Koz just by watching by some of the things I did narrate. Overall, Jungle Vel Koz, I'd give him a C as a jungler. Like, he's okay. He's completely basic. And a lot of suffering, and the rewards aren't that great. But hooray for him anyways.